welcome to another episode of Bridge the Channel, coming to you from London, from Westminster. It's been a while since we have recorded from here. It's a very windy day, by the way, so apologies for whatever happens to my hair during the episode. Last time I recorded here, I remember, was around a year ago, and we're recording right in front of a hospital. And back then, all the people around us were basically people who were queuing to get their COVID vaccine. Now we're surrounded by tourists, so you may be hearing noises as well. So another sign, though, that tourism is coming back to London, spring is coming back to London, which of course it is very good. The reason we decided to record from Westminster today is that we're going to have a bit more of a UK Brexit focus again. So we're now moving back into a bit of our Brexitometer expertise. We had local elections in the UK, which were quite bad for the ruling Conservative Party, but most importantly, we had elections in Northern Ireland, which for the first time produced a victory for a Catholic pro-Irish party. And this has unleashed a whole new debate about the Northern Ireland Protocol, which the Protestant community in Northern Ireland doesn't like. We're going to get into that in the episode. We're also going to talk a bit about NATO enlargement and what this means for the UK and its place in the transatlantic security alliance. So, lots of stuff to discuss today. Another episode of Bridge the Channel. Let's go see what we have for you. So another day in UK-EU relations, another day that we have to worry about the Northern Ireland Protocol. You must have heard the news that we've had a big seismic political event in the elections in Northern Ireland, where for the first time you had a pro-Irish Catholic party, Sinn Féin, coming up first. As a result, the Democratic Unionist Party, the Protestant pro-British party, is declining to form a government. The two parties have to form a government together in order to have a government in Northern Ireland. As a result, we now have to go back to the question of the Northern Ireland Protocol, which the Unionists in Northern Ireland don't like at all. It is also used as an opportunity, of course, by the British government to push changes towards the Northern Ireland Protocol in a way that will serve the UK government more. We have a bit of dilemma about when to record this, because we're recording this in a week where you should expect quite a lot of news coming out of London about the Northern Ireland Protocol. Boris Johnson is in Belfast today, the day that I'm recording this, setting out the terms of the UK negotiation. In the coming days, we are expecting Liz Truss to put forward some legislation where she will say that maybe the UK will stop applying parts of the protocol. The reality is that when we record doesn't really matter all that much, because what this is just the opening stage towards months and months again of negotiations between the two sides, where the UK will be using the threat of not applying the protocol in order to gain leverage over the EU. Where this will lead, we don't know, but this is definitely one area that we will be monitoring a lot. So in a way, we're back again into Brexitometer territory for our episode. So of course, we'll keep you posted as these things unfold. Moving to another development beyond the UK this time, but another major development for North Atlantic security. It's of course the impending enlargement of NATO towards Finland and Sweden. At the time that I'm recording this, both countries have put forward official bids to join the alliance. Of course, this is a major development. It all comes in the context of the war in Ukraine, another great triumph of Vladimir Putin in strengthening the transatlantic alliance, because of course those two countries reacted to the invasion of Ukraine pretty swiftly and are now moving from neutrality into joining NATO. When it comes to the UK, of course, one thing that is important to note is that this is a pretty good development for the UK, which has traditionally pushed for much closer cooperation, security and defense cooperation with these two countries in the past. The UK has fostered its own bilateral defense and security cooperation, and also within various groupings that include Sweden, Finland, the UK, and the other NATO Nordic countries. The UK has even pledged to offer protection and guarantees, security guarantees to those countries in the intermediate period until they join, between their application and until they join NATO. Once again, this is a really, really good development for the UK. Say what you say about what you want about Boris Johnson, but he's pretty good at exploiting developments around the world in Ukraine in order to boost his international profile and the international profile of his government. How that translates into domestic politics, of course, and within UK-EU relations is a completely different matter. But expect the UK to have a much bigger voice in European security once Finland and Sweden have joined NATO. So this was another episode of Bridge the Channel. We traveled today from Westminster to Northern Ireland and from Northern Ireland to Finland and Sweden, and now back to Westminster. It's probably the worst episode when it comes to my hair. It's probably the windiest episode we've ever recruited. I hope you forgive us that. Quite important developments happening in the future, of course. The UK is a very, very important country because, as we saw in today's episode, Brexit, NATO, and relations with the war in Ukraine, relations with Russia, all of those things interlink in very complicated situations, very complicated ways. And of course, we also have this complex interaction between foreign and security policy on the one hand and the domestic politics in London, in Westminster as well. Also need to remind you that the scandals that Boris Johnson is involved in are not going anywhere. There's still always the threat that he may be forced to resign at some point. His party is in this perennial weird state of crisis, non-crisis. There's definitely going to be a lot of things to discuss in the future. We're going to be talking about Brexit as well, because Brexit never ends, and all the rest of it. Thank you for being with us in another episode of Bridge the Channel. You can, of course, follow us on all social media. Until next time, take care.